having a name. If you want to find out that what is the name of your system, you can just type hostname command. Okay, this command you can type, and you can basically find out what exactly is the name of your system. Just type hostname and press enter. You will see the name of your system. Okay, so always it is used to quickly find the host name of your Windows machine. Okay, because it is important for us to know that which machine exactly is communicating to which machine. This is why exactly we use the hostname command to identify that. Okay, then we are having NSLOOKUP, everyone. The NSLOOKUP command basically stands for name server lookup. Okay, so this name server means it is DNS, domain name system related command. Okay, most of the time DNS related issues are getting troubleshooted based on this command. Okay, what this command does, it's you basically give a website name, okay, or a domain name using this command, and it will give you the IPv4 address of it, or IPv6 address of the DNS server of that domain. For example, if you don't know that what exactly is the DNS server of Google, what is the DNS server of YouTube, what is the DNS server of Facebook, simply use this tool in order to find out that. Okay, so how exactly we can figure it out? This is what we are going to do. We are simply just going to type this. Okay, so everyone has taken this screenshot, this particular screenshot done, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, everyone, so this is your NS lookup. Okay, so here exactly is the next screenshot coming in, screenshot number 4. Now you can see that we are using NS lookup tool over here. Once you type NS lookup, at the time you will enter into that particular NS lookup tool. Okay, you will be in the mode. So you will enter into NS lookup. Now what you need to do, you just give this address, whichever website, okay, you are trying to access, and you want to know the DNS server of it. So you can see that I've given this website address over here, and it has given me this particular IP address. This is the DNS server of Google. For example, I have given this youtube.com, okay, over here. And in the next screenshot, you will see okay, let me just do it practically. I guess it is missed. So let me type here over here. NS lookup. So simply just type www.youtube.com if you want to know YouTube DNS servers. Can you see all this? All these are servers, everyone, starting from here. All these are your DNS servers of YouTube. Okay, so Google is using all these DNS servers.
Use IPv4 as well as
IPv6. That is correct. Okay, so since they are basically providing YouTube and like what search engine services to the whole world, this is what exactly they're having, the number of servers they're having. Okay, DNS servers. So all this, like what server informations, you can get it very easily. All you have to do is just type the NS lookup command, okay, and like just press enter and just supply this information, www. whatever website you want to find the DNS server. To exit, simply just press Ctrl C 2 times. Okay, to Ctrl plus C. Okay, you have to press it 2 times, and you will exit out of that. Okay, this is your NS lookup tool. Okay, everyone, taken this screenshot. Next,
can you please slide this
which one? Yes, who was asking?
Suman.
Which one? Which slide you want?
Sir, this one itself. Sir, this
Uh,
is
you
little bit, sir, left. This
okay?
is little bit leftward, sir. That's I am asked.
This is nothing. Basically, I have just like what I have not taken the screenshot. This is the same output. What you were seeing over here. It is the same output over. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
I haven't just taken that screenshot. That's all. Okay. Now moving on to the next screenshot number 5. We are having the netstat command. This command is very useful, everyone. You are getting lots of options over here. Netstat basically stands for network statistics, and it is used for displaying network statistics informations on a Windows based system. Okay, in your network, if you want to find out what exactly informations you are receiving, what informations you are sending, how many packets you are sending, how many packets you are not receiving, all this type of informations you can find it. If you want to find out that how many connections you have established from your machine, this netstat command serves all these things. It is having lots of parameters. As you can see, all these are your parameters. Okay, all these parameters are like used for that. Okay, so I will basically just show you this parameter, that is -e, basically to give you the Ethernet statistics. That is my NIC card. Okay, statistics informations. If I simply just type this command over here, netstat -e, small letter e. Okay, then you can see that how many packets we are receiving in my network interface card. This is your received part, this is your sent part. This much amount I'm receiving, this much amount I'm sending in bytes. How many packets are unicast, means 1-to-1 packets. You can see over here it is this much. How many packets are discarded? 0. How many packets are non-unicast, means broadcast, multicast? These are basically over here 96, 924. Errors, how many? All these things you can check it out from here. Okay, if your machine is not receiving or sending frames, you can easily find it out from here. Okay, this is the send part and this is the receiving part. Okay, from here you can get it very easily. So this is one of usage of the netstat command. Another usage is just type netstat. Now here you will see active connections. Okay, so all the connections which is basically made by your system, you can get to know about it. So this netstat local address, you can see that local address is coming, and this is the foreign address. Local address means your machine. Okay, and foreign address means the machine which you are communicating. You can see that some of them are established, some of them are closed wait. Established means you have totally established the connection. Close wait simply just means that the connection is not established. Okay, it is waiting to establish the class connection. But if we don't get a response, we will simply just close it. Okay, we are trying to make a connection with these machines, but if we are not getting any response from them for establishing the connection, we will simply just wait for some time, and after that we'll close the connection. This is what exactly you are having all these protocols. TCP, only TCP connections you will see in that active. Okay, so local address, foreign address, it is simply your machine's IP address. These are called port numbers, everyone. Okay, all these are port numbers, what you are seeing. Entirely, this is called a socket. We call it socket, SOCKET. The IP address and the port number, when it is combined in this manner, we call it socket. Okay, this is the information what exactly you are getting from here. So this netstat command, okay, netstat command basically gives you lots of informations. These are basically the parameters what you can use. Okay, you can simply just read the description, and from here you can use these options. So help is always provided to you. Taken the screenshot. This
सर ऐसा कोई कमांड नहीं है सर जिसे सब कमांड मालूम पड़े अपने को, जैसा शो ऑल
यही तो
कमांड?
है। नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है। पैरामीटर्स तुम्हें मतलब ये अगर डायरेक्टली डाल देते हो ना नेटस्टेट, तो ये सारे तुम्हारे हेल्प ऑप्शंस आ जाएंगे। ठीक है, जैसे कि ये इधर पे देखो मैंने डाला हुआ है, तो जब मैंने एंटर किया तभी सारे इन्फॉर्मेशन आ जाएंगे आगे ऑटोमेटिक। कमांड तुम्हें मालूम होना चाहिए। ठीक है, पैरामीटर्स तो बहुत सारे हैं, पैरामीटर्स नहीं मालूम है तो भी चलेगा, लेकिन कमांड क्या है वो मालूम होना चाहिए एटलीस्ट।
Okay.
Screenshot number 6. So here exactly I have demonstrated. This is your SANT and this is your active connections, what exactly I have from my system. Okay, so this is coming in the netstat command. Then we are having this command, everyone, the task list. Okay, task list is used in order to display the process ID. The PID stands for process ID. Every single application what you run, okay, every single application what you are running on your system, it is having a process ID. Okay, this process ID basically looks like this. You can see that this is the task list command. These
Sir,
are process
excuse me,
IDs.
sir.
Tell me.
Sir, I did not get you, sir. I'm having some signal issues. Could you repeat it, sir, if you don't mind?
Which part?
Sir, this part only, sir.
Task list command.
Yes, sir. Task list command, sir.
This is what I'm explaining. This is the command what exactly you are using to find out the process ID of every single applications what you are running. All these are, you can see that exe files, executables. Okay,
Okay.
these are your applications what is running in your system, and all this they are having a process ID. Okay, all these are process IDs.
PID. Okay, sir.
Okay, now this process ID, if you want to know that which application is using what process ID, you can just use task list command. Okay, you can use this command in order to get that. Okay, so simply just type this command and press enter. You will find all the list of processes which is running in your system. Okay, and you can note down the process ID. Whichever application you want, you can note down that process ID.
Hello,
Now, tell me.
sir. I have a doubt. So, like, this is the process ID that you are saying. The tasks which are using with reference of this ID. So, suppose in task manager, we are going in task manager and we are.
Yes, over there also you are getting the process ID.
So they
That
are
is
the
the
same,
process.
na?
Yes, it is same. That is you are doing from graphical, na? You are
Okay,
you are
okay.
pressing Control Alt and Delete. Over here we are doing everything from CLI, right? Command line.
Manually. Right.
Yes.
Okay.
By typing commands, you are finding out all these things. Okay, all these things you are
Okay.
finding out by typing commands.
Okay.
So, anyways, these are the process ID. Whichever process ID you want, you can simply just take it. Okay. Okay, everyone, just hold on. So let me show you this particular
So why does we have to use process ID, sir?
to find out what
CCNA
exactly is the process ID of an application.
CCNA, why is it important to remember
Yes.
all this?
No, it is not from the perspective of CCNA. We are talking from the perspective of managing our system in networking. In a network, how exactly you are managing your system using this CMD. This is what you are basically getting to know. Okay. Now, why all these things are required? This is why you are. This is what you are asking, right? Sometimes, for example, sometimes you are working in a company system, and if you see that the system, some application is hanging. Okay, like what it is not responding. Sometimes we face this type of issues, right? This is when you need to find out the process ID of that application which is not responding. Okay, so let's say that this is the application which is not responding. So I simply just note down this process ID and I will kill it. This particular process ID over here, this is a task kill command. Okay, you can see this is the task kill, right? You can see, can you see a notepad.exe
Yeah.
over here? This notepad.exe is having this process ID of 9372. Can you see?
Yeah.
This is the
Yes,
task
sir.
kill command. Task kill means when you press Control Alt Delete and you end process, right? You get an option called end process. Yes or no? In GUI, when you press Control Alt and Delete, you go to the task manager. Over there, you end process. There is an option called end process.
Yes, sir.
Graphically, you can do that. Okay, graphically, but using CLI, how you can do that? Task kill command you can use. Task kill -PID. PID is the like what switch what we use with task, and this is 9372. This is the process ID of Notepad. Simply just when you enter this command, can you see this message is coming over here?
Send termination signal to the process with PID 937.
Okay, it means what? The Notepad application is closed. It is terminated. Okay, so let me just show this thing in practical over here. So let's say that you are having Notepad. Okay, Notepad dot Notepad. Simply just type Notepad. You have your Notepad application opened. Now simply we are finding the process ID. So we are using task list command. Find the process ID. Can you see the notepad.exe 3020 is there? So type task skill command hyphen PID in small and 3020. So you'll see that this application is getting closed. Okay, automatically you are closing it. 3020, right? Make sure the process ID is correct. Can you see it is closed? This is your termination. So right now you don't have any Notepad, right? Running over here.
Yes.
This is the ending process. Okay, so always you are using it. The next command is traceat, everyone. Very useful command and very much used in networking. Basically for troubleshooting purposes we are using, okay, network connection related issues like finding the problem, where is the issue, we use traceat command. We use traceat command by typing traceat then the IP address. Okay, either you can give the IP address or you can give the name like this, www.google.com. So traceat basically stands for what? Trace route, everyone. Okay, means how exactly your packet is moving, how your packet is going from your machine to the other machine. This is what you can see it over here. Okay, simply just type traceat and type the website address or the IP address of the machine which you want to trace, and it will show you that how many devices, that is what we call hop, your packet is crossing to reach the destination. Okay, so to reach the destination, how many devices it is crossing, and your packet is getting delivered. Okay, this information you are getting it. So everyone has taken the screenshot.
Yes, sir.
Taken. Okay, so I'm not having any more screenshot, so I will, it is screenshot number 8. Okay, screenshot 8. So let me just show you, this is the last command, everyone. Traceat. Okay, traceat, and simply just supply an address like www.google.com, like that. Press enter. Now you will see all the devices. These are all machines, everyone. Okay, via these machines my packet is going to google.com server. Okay, this is this server, www. www stands for what? World Wide Web.
World Wide Web.
This is your web server. The web server of a particular company always is represented by www. Okay, so we are finding out that how we are sending packets to this web server. Here you will be seeing that my packet has gone via this address. This is one device. So simply just wait. It takes a little bit time, everyone. You can see that it is going by this device now. It is going by this device. All these are hardware devices. Okay, sometimes you will get this type of message. So just wait. So over here you are getting, see that 2 more devices, packet has gone. Then we are having again 2 more devices, it is going. So from this device it is going to this device, then from here to this device, then this device, and this device, and this device, and this device. Lastly we are having almost coming to the result, the ultimate result.
Sir, why we are using tracer command?
Tracing, I'm just tracing that how my packet is going to the web server of Google.
So exactly why, sir?
Finding out the problem. If I basically have any issue, suppose I cannot reach web server, then I can find out that how exactly, where exactly my packet is getting dropped, where exactly is the issue. I can find out easily.
Okay.
So this is a troubleshooting. Troubleshooting means finding problem and fixing it. Okay, this is the command which is used for that. So now still the packets is going, and you can see that we are getting the ultimate. This is the IPv6 address of Google. You can see this is the web server of Google over here. So if I simply just ping from here using this address, I will get the reply. You will see. If I simply just type this address and ping, you can see that I'm getting reply from the web server. Okay, so right now I know the IPv6 address of my Google server, and I know the name of my Google server, that is www.google.com. Okay, so it is a very very used, okay, most frequently used command, this tracer. Okay, troubleshooting purpose we are using it. Understood, all of you?
Yes, sir.
These are your commands. Okay, 10 to 11 commands are mostly used. Okay, specifically ping, tracer, ipconfig. These are most used commands in every single system. You'll be using it. Okay, so that is tell me.
So there is notes for task list.
Task list. No, task list is not having any notes. Task list you are using to list the process ID of your applications which is running in your system. If you want to know the process ID of all these applications, all these services which is running, you can simply just use task list command. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I have not written the notes over here. Okay, the definition is not written, but you can simply just get the idea that you are having the PID getting displayed over here. Okay, and all these are your applications. Which application represents what process ID? You can find it over here. Okay. So this is about your CMD, everyone. Okay. So I hope that all of you have taken the screenshots, right? Correctly?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now we are discussing about DHCP. So dynamic host configuration protocol. As I have already told you that you will be having the DHCP over here. You can see this is your ipconfig/release renew. You can see that used in DHCP. What exactly is the DHCP? This is what we are going to be understanding. Okay, so this is what you are having the DHCP, everyone. The dynamic host configuration. Okay, the dynamic host configuration protocol. Basically, when you configure any IP address to your system, okay, then you get two methods to give your machine your IP address. Okay, one is the static method, one is the dynamic method. Okay, this is pretty much the thing you are getting. So if I go to config, this is your static method. Here you are entering manually the IP addresses. Okay, but we also have a dynamic method. This is called DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol, used for dynamically giving IP address to your system. Okay, when you have lots of machines in your network and you want to configure IP address, then doing it statically, it consumes time. Okay, but the same thing you can do it very easily with DHCP. Let's say that you have 100 laptops, 100 desktops like that, and you want to configure IP address. It will be taking much more time to manually configure it like this for 100 machines. But within seconds, all the 100 machines will get IP if you are using DHCP. Okay, this is dynamic process. So can you see over here that I'm getting IP address over here dynamically? All of you, can you see?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I select this option, you can see requesting IP address. Can you see? Automatically IP address has come.
Yes, sir.
See that gateway, DNS server, subnet mask, IP address, all this information has come automatically. This is what we are going to be discussing. How exactly dynamically systems they get IP addresses by DHCP. So this is the TCP UDP port numbers, everyone, 6768. Okay. Specifically the UDP port number 6768, we are using it to get our IP addresses. 67 is used for sending request, 68 is used for providing replies. These two port numbers are used in DHCP for that. This is the process, what we call DORA process, which is used for that. Discover, offer, request, and acknowledgement, DORA. Okay. D for discover, offer, R for request, A for acknowledgement. These are the 4 packets. These 4 packets are always exchanged between a client and a server in this entire process. So as you can see that we have this type of network design where we have a DHCP server available, we have a DNS server available. These 2 servers, they are having their IP addresses 100.1, basically 192.168.100.1, 192.168.100.2. These are the 2 server IP addresses, and these machines that don't have any IP address. So these are called clients. Okay. So with DHCP, these DHCP clients will get IP address from the DHCP server. So how exactly this DORA process works, it is explained over here. Okay. So first of all, discover packet is sent from client. So every single client will send a discover packet to this LAN, entire thing. Remember, it is broadcast, means this is your IPv4 global broadcast address, which is used for that. So when this machine send a broadcast, every single machine receives it. These 2 machines, if this machine is sending a broadcast, then all these 3 machines will be receiving it. If this machine is sending a broadcast, then all these 2 machines and this machine will receive it. Because it is broadcast, it is one-to-all communication. Every single machine will receive a discover packet in the LAN. So whoever is the DHCP server, the DHCP server will send an offer, and he will be offering an IP address from this network. Now, what exactly is this /24 and all these things? You don't have to know right now. You will get to know about it in the advanced networking module. But simply, this is the subnet mask we are using. Okay, it is a class C subnet mask, what we are writing in this manner. But the main point over here is the DHCP server will offer an IP address. Okay, from this network 192.168.100.0. So when this IP address is offered, this request will be sent from client to the server. Okay, so whatever IP address was offered, for that IP address you send a request, and the server will be giving an acknowledgement. Once he receives the request, he will provide an acknowledgement back to the client. Now, acknowledgement is all about giving the confirmation from the DHCP server that he can use that IP address which was offered to the client by the DHCP server on a certain lease duration. Lease means time duration. You are having certain time. Okay, means for 1 hour you can use the IP, for 2 hours, for 24 hours, for 2 days you can use the IP. Always you are having certain time duration fixed. It is similar like your mobile recharge. Okay, when you do your recharge, you can use internet, you can make calls for certain days. After that, again, you have to do the recharge. Okay, so your validity gets expired. After that, again, you are doing recharge. Again, you can call. Okay, it is just think of it like this, the same. Okay, so if this machine is getting only 1 day lease for using that IP address which was offered to him, then he can only use it for 1 day. He cannot use it more than 24 hours. Okay, because DHCP server is giving the IP and he is giving it on this time duration. So what exactly he does when the lease gets expired, that is renewal. Renewal process is performed. Renewal process indicates that this client will be requesting the server to renew the lease duration. Means if he wants to extend the lease, this is when exactly he can do that by the renewal process. He will inform the server that he wants to use the IP address for another 24 hours. If the server is okay, then he will be providing the renewal of that IP. Okay. Otherwise, he will give a new IP. Okay. So let's say that he is using that IP address. Okay, one IP address. Let's say that it is 192.168.100.4. Let's say that this IP address is provided. So this IP address is provided for just for 1 day. Okay. For 1 day he can use it. So what happens when this 1 day expires? He will be sending a renewal request. So if the server is like what, if it is agreeing, okay, or if it is comfortable to extend the lease for another more 1 day, so let's say that total 2 days, then he can do that and he can extend the lease duration. Okay. Otherwise, he will simply just give a new IP address, like another IP, that 100.5, again for 1 day. Okay. So it is like that. Okay. So this IP address will be offered to
Sir,
you.
excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, I did not get, sir, again correctly. Not getting, sir.
Which particular part?
Sir, you said that you can extend, sir. Extend, no, sir.
Extend. Extension
Yes,
part you
sir.
didn't get. So
Yes,
you
sir.
are getting 1 day. Means this IP you can use it. Let's say that 100.4 is given, the IP address. Okay. So for 1 day you can use it. What will you do after 1 day? It will be expired, no?
Yes, sir.
So you will be like what, informing the DHCP server, and you will be extending the lease. You will send a request that you want to extend the lease, okay, for 1 more hour or 1 more day, like that. So if the server is okay with it, okay, then they will give you that lease. 2 days you can use it. If it
Sir,
is
it
not
is
okay,
chargeable, sir.
huh?
It is chargeable, sir.
No. Private IP, how come it is
Private
chargeable?
IP na.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Private IP
Okay,
is
sir.
not chargeable.
Yeah. Got
Public
it. Got
IPs are
it.
chargeable, na? If
Yes, sir.
this
Yes.
server is giving you 2 days lease on this IP, you can use it for 2 days. Okay, but if the server is not okay with this IP, okay, then he will be giving you another new IP address using 1 day lease. So this IP
Sir,
address will be changed to 100.5, like that.
sir, we can take how many IP address you can take exactly, sir? Or it is we can
You
take
will be taking only one IP address. Only one IP address you will be taking it. Okay, it is totally dependent on the server, which IP is giving it to you. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Ultimately,
Yes.
your machine requires only one IP, right? But it is up to the
Yes, sir.
server. What IP address he is giving to you, which you can use for 1 day or 2 day basis. These are basically server configurations, what we do.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So all these are basically renewal. Okay. Renewal, release, IPs, all these things are coming over here. For example, if I simply just go to command prompt, and if I can show you this IP config, can you see the IP configuration?
Yes, sir.
192.168.100.4. This is the gateway address, everything. Now this IP config / release command removes the IP address from your machine. Can you see that it is
Oh, yes,
released
sir.
now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if you want a new IP address for the same
Renew.
address itself, you can simply just use IP config / renew.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yes.
right now, see that either you will get the same IP address or you will get some other IP address.
Okay.
But always you will be getting it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
This is your release and renew command. Always we will use it with DHCP. Understood, everyone? So the main thing to remember regarding this DSCP is always you are having the DORA process. Okay, this DORA process is the main thing. Remember this: the discover, offer, request, and acknowledgement. This is the process by which all these machines, they are getting the IP address. Okay, and this is the most asked questions in interview as well. Okay, this DORA process, how it works. So this is what exactly you have to know. Okay, the port number, each of the packets names like discover, for, request, and acknowledgement, broadcast, lease, all these things. And this is a DSCP server configuration. Okay, this DSCP is a server side configuration. So if you are doing Windows servers or Linux servers, there you will get to know DSCP. But one thing I would like to tell you, that what exactly happens when you don't get a DSCP server. Okay, let's say that this is a DSCP server. Right now it is available, so we are getting the IP address over here. But if I make this server offline, you can see that right now it is red. This server is not available anymore. If I simply just click on IP configuration and request a DSCP IP, okay, because request IP by DSCP, you will see that I'm not getting it because the server is not available. But instead, I'm getting another IP address. It's called APIPA. Okay, now APIPA stands for what? Automatic Private IP Address. It is called the link local address of IPv4 everyone. This is the range 169.254. 0.02, 169.254.255.255. This particular range, we are having it over here. Can you see this first two octets 169.254, right? Can you see? It's the automatic private IP address. Okay, what exactly this address is, you can use this address to communicate. Even if you don't have a DSCP server, you can still maintain communication using this address. That is why it is called a link local address. Means in the local LAN, you can use this address. For example, let's go to this machine and request an IPv4 address by DSCP. Because the server is offline right now, you will not get any IP, but APIPA address you will get it. See that? Okay, so you can see that 169.254 over here also. So simply we can go to command prompt from this system and we can ping, we can make communication to this machine using this IP address. So what is the machine's IP address? You can see 70.2335. I will simply just go to this machine and I will say ping 169.254.70.23235. Now can you see replies coming, all of you?
Yes.
You are receiving 4 replies, right? Sent 4, received 4, lost is 0, 0% success, 0% loss, right? 0% loss means 100% success. So whose IP address is this?
Sir, it's your
235. This machine's IP address, right? So you can see that when the DSCP server is not available, still we are maintaining communication. This is the address. It is called IPIPA address or link local address, used to make communication within a LAN. But you cannot use it to communicate to some other LAN. Let's say that this machine belongs to a different network. This is your network. This machine is in different network. And you are trying to communicate using this